Alright, so today we are talking about spores. Many of you probably already know spores, but it has a very special place in my heart, so I want to talk about it. So, what exactly is Spore? It's basically a god game. And I don't mean that in the sense of it's an amazing, incredible game. It's more like a god simulator game. You start off as a little creature in the ocean, and you collect food to survive and evolve into a bigger creature. With enough food and DNA points, you can change your creature. You can add eyes and other kind of stuff like spikes and new mouths and all kinds of stuff. You can add new fins and poison and electric stuff, whatever you can find. This part doesn't take very long. It's like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe? And then you were pretty much done with this stage, and your creature is ready to go to land. And that's where the real fun begins, at least for me, because the whole game pretty much changes once you get on land. Because now you can add legs and other limbs, and wings, and many other things you can find on land. So once you're on land, the gameplay changes from this arcade kind of food collection simulator to more of a third-person RPG kinda. You have a nest with your little clan of creatures, and you're in a big world surrounded by other creatures. They all used to be like generated by people, made by other players, but since the game isn't supported anymore, like the servers are down and we can't really play with any other people's creations anymore, which is kind of sad because that was a really big appeal to this game. You could just make a creature, upload it to the cloud basically, and everybody else could play with it or against it or just see it on a planet. But since the servers aren't supporting the game anymore, there's limited creatures now basically. It's still fun though. Like, it's still worth it in my opinion to give it a try if you haven't played it. Anyways, once you're like done, I don't want to spoil too much. Like, you have to collect food and you have to evolve your creature basically. That's the whole point of the game. So once you're done with this phase, once you've collected enough food for your clan, so to speak, and you evolved your brain far enough to be a little more intelligent, you start going into the clan phase, basically, where you have a clan, and it's more like a strategy game now, because there are other clans on the planet, and you have to either be friendly with them and become friends with them, like with dancing and making music together, or you can go the other way and just fight everything you want. Kill everybody else and then move on. In this phase, you have to either be friends with everybody or kill everybody else. Or like a mixture of both. You can be friends with some and kill some other clans. But once you're done with that, you move on to the city stage. You are now evolved enough to build a city basically. And you have to manage the city. This is a much more like complex kind of version of the strategy game part that was in the clan phase, but still not like an amazing strategy game that you would buy on its own. But it's still fun. You can still play it and enjoy it. Anyways, after that is where one of the biggest parts of the game come in, the space exploration stage. In this stage, you are a spaceship basically, and you can freely travel the universe. And it's a huge universe, trust me. There are so many stars and solar systems you can look at and land on and change. It's really incredible for an old game like this. You will have missions you'll have to continue. Like, at some point you're gonna go to the center of the galaxy basically, and that's gonna be the end of the game. But there are other missions, kind of like side missions at the space stage, but also like just so much to explore and fuck around with. It's a lot of fun to just go to some planet and abduct some small little creatures that were living there, or to find a barren planet and seed life on it. That's really cool. You can terraform basically any planet you find, and you can make whatever you want out of it. And that's kind of the selling point of this game. This game has a lot to offer. Like, in general, it has a couple different games built into itself, basically. It has arcadey gameplay in the beginning, then it goes over to third person action gameplay, then it goes over to strategy game, and last but not least, space exploration. All of these game mechanics are okay, they're not bad, but of course there's like other games that do it a lot better because they're just one game. They just are like a strategy game or a third person action RPG. So obviously they're more polished in what they have to offer. But I gotta say, like, I've never seen a game like Spore before. Or after Spore, rather, because it's pretty old. No game has really combined all of these elements before or after. And it's really a special game, in my opinion. I recommend this game to anyone that has not played it before, because I'm sure there's something to enjoy for everybody, and the whole experience is just really cool. I really enjoyed building my creature and just making whatever the hell I wanted out of it, because that's the freedom you get while playing Spore. You can design a creature like you want it to. Doesn't matter if it looks really dumb or if you want to go for something really cool or creepy or cute. In addition, you can also design cars for your city and buildings for your city, and you can customize your creature with clothes later on, and you can build your own spaceship and so much more. It's really cool. And in the end, you can build whole planets if you want to. I played this game as a kid for so many hours. I mean, especially in the third person creature mode, because I don't know, that was the good stuff back then. But now looking back and looking at the price tag especially, yeah, I gotta say, I wouldn't pay $24 for this game anymore. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but $24 is quite a lot for a game like this. I was expecting it to be like $10 or something like that. But yeah, they're still selling it for $20 or 24, and with all the DLCs for like $50, which is insane. So if you want to buy this game, buy it when it's on sale. And you don't need the DLCs. I mean, they're fun. They add a lot of other stuff you can add to your creature. But all in all, you really don't need them to just enjoy the game. And they are quite expensive because, EA. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I don't know, it was kind of rambly. But yeah, I still hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you started off well in 2021. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.